What's going on, guys? Y'all sent me this video of Mac Lethal being interviewed by Adam22 at No Jumper. And apparently he spoke about Tom McDonald, and I knew this was going to be good. So let's check this out, fam. Let's check this out. Don't forget to go and check out the original as well. But let's see what's going on over here.
Not going to help him.
Yeah.
And especially now where there's so many different questions you could ask him.
And now is he has so many can very easily hurt him, and that they, for the most part, are not going to help him.
Yeah.
And they are eating your shit up and you're making a lot of money. You do sort of.
A lot of people that know him, that have turned on him, that have worked with him, whatever it is, however you want to cut it. And as far as I know, I will say this, he doesn't leave the house. Scared of his fans, doesn't want it. He doesn't do shows anymore.
Who is he talking about? Is he talking about Drake or Tom McDonald?
Performances anymore either. I don't think he leaves the house.
Really?
Who is he talking about?
We're going to Charlemagne him?
Oh, yeah. I was about
all right, hold on.
And it would make anybody uncomfortable, and Eminem, same reaction.
Because I talk shit about Tom McDonald, I think, on YouTube in like 2016.
Yo, the timestamps is not that good at all. Yeah.
Turn the momentum back. And there's a lot of people that struggle with that. And if you've never done it before, that is a nightmare for you. So if he gets out and battles me, and we're in Canada, which is where he's from, and this is where I offered to battle him, he strangely has a huge interest in American culture, even though he's from.
Sound like we got to go back even more.
It's like it just sounds bad, and it's
but it does resonate with a lot of people for whatever reason.
Holy smoke! How long did he talk about him? Oh, when? Guys, will y'all send me videos this long? Please do your best to try to send me a timestamp just so I could get the exact moment.
The N-word and talking about killing people and selling drugs. Well, this is how real hip hop is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then he literally is like rapping about money and flossing.
That's what he did. He flosses. And beef with him is like want to be able to sleep at night and genuinely feel like what I'm making is something that I can stand behind. And it was also kind of a financial thing where I'm like, listen, man, if I make like these clickbaity videos, I know that they're going to appeal to dudes that just got off work at their accounting firm, and they probably don't listen to a lot of street rap. But I'm also like, they gravitate towards what I do, and they're the people that are DMing me saying, I love your stuff. They're the people that are showing up to shows. So there is an element of that where I'm like, all right, like I can do this and feel fine about it. And it's going to look, the optics of it are definitely corny in certain ways, but that was also in a lot of ways deliberate, because I see what I'm working with. I see what I look like. I hear what I sound like. I'm like, so there's only so much I can do with this. So it was really more like feeling like I can stand on the things that I make. And
okay, so he explaining his pancake in the kitchen raps
and getting behind it.
You essentially capitalize off of your self-awareness.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think there was a level of awareness where I'm like, come on, man, like look at yourself, look at what you look like, listen to your voice. There's nothing I can do about it. And then also growing up in the Midwest and seeing people like Atmosphere put thousands of people in venues, and they're all white people with good families that grew up a certain way. And I'm like, there's a whole...
I forgot Lush was white. Everything about him, like, just, I don't want to say it doesn't seem white, but the surroundings, the way he speaks, the lingo, all the things that he does, I didn't even think of that. It's probably because I don't think of color at all. But that is a surprise. I remember they had an episode where everyone else was surprised, like, I thought you were Spanish, Lush. It could be because he looks Spanish too.
Whole audience of people that they don't need to hear the street shit, even at the level of like Eminem, where it's like the kid that came up around black folks. Like these are people that are like just fine if you're a white rapper. And it's the interesting thing is that I came up battling black rappers and came up around black folks, and it's still like that's still not the audience of people that I've ever been able to resonate with. And it's just something that I'm fine with. Like it's the corny thing. It's like, yeah, that's just going to be a part of it. You know what I mean? And I'm good with it.
So do you ever have any notable like YouTube rap beefs prior to the Tom McDonald thing, which obviously has gone on to become a pretty big storyline?
So not there weren't YouTube beefs. Not beefs, battles, but I've never had beef with anybody. Yeah.
That was his way to ease into the Tom McDonald joint. You ain't slick, Adam. You ain't slick.
No, I don't think so.
It was always like for you, it's always just been you and other like MCs.
Yeah, like Thesaurus or Illmaculate or somebody just battling them, and then them having their own careers that they built up. But I've never had any static with anybody. And I try to get along with everybody. That's the thing that's kind of funny about it, is like, I'm not a dude that wants to have confrontation. I had beef with somebody in Kansas City growing up as a rapper there, another local rapper, and that turned into like violence. But he's not even a...
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Mac. When it comes to rap beef, yeah, I can see that. Back in the day, I've definitely gotten into my own rap beefs in real life. Right? It was saying stuff on songs and talking crap and fighting and all types. Yeah, it was crazy. So I believe that. I do believe it.
He's on Tech Nine's first album, but it's like, that's not even a thing that anybody would know about. So that's like the extent of my rap beefs outside of this.
Let me find out you were beefing with Bell Bacardi.
I wouldn't beef with Bell Bacardi. Good on that.
Well, it's funny.
This is the KCOG.
It's funny that
you know that.
It's funny you didn't do a lot of that, because like from the perspective of like a kid who was trying to like reverse engineer your career, that would be the most obvious thing to go to, is like, oh, I'm going to just basically pick at a lot of other people in the scene.
Adam don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's what you think Matt Lethal did? I'm not even a Mac Lethal fan, and I gotta say that's kind of disrespectful. Just picking at people. I don't think that's how he rose to fame. I think it was doing dad raps.
Who are already successful to get their fan base to pay attention to them.
It's always been like that, regardless if it's, drill rappers or, backpack MCs. It's always that's been a formula.
If you want to be something, you have to like allow the audience to contrast and compare you to people that are more successful than you in that genre.
Yeah. And taking off on somebody and starting a beef with them is like it's a oldest trick in the book. Like 50 made a huge career off of doing that. So it's
I hate when people use that as an example. That's actually not a good move, especially in the long run. If like your beefs are the only way you get attention, or that's like a good way that you use to get marketing out there, it's not something to stand on. Look at artists like The Game, who's suffering like in a major way in his longevity as an older artist. Fam, he should be put in a category of legend. And now a lot of people don't take him seriously because of him beefing with rappers every 2 days for no reason. Right? So I don't think that's correct at all. Yeah, I don't think that's correct. Just start beefing, especially with 50 Cent. I don't think that's a good example, because 50 Cent was beefing with Ja Rule for years before he won. Right? He was losing that battle for a long time. No one wants to talk about that. When he was getting blackballed, nobody wanted to sign him. DJs wouldn't play his songs after he got jumped, after he got attacked at a studio, all types of stuff. Right? Once he hooked up with Aftermath and Shady, and he had those two titans behind him to back him and make sure like no blackball is going to happen. Yes, you will be allowed to go to this award show. Yes, they will play your songs on the radio. Once he got that, that's what turned the tide of the whole Ja Rule thing. Ja Rule and Murder Inc. was metaphorically stumping a mud hole in his ass for years beforehand, not because of anything that had to do with him, but more so because of the circumstances. One person was major, the other person was underground. That's just how it worked.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Adam, what are your thoughts on Tom McDonald?
Okay, I got to hear how this started before I can offer up my critique. So, okay, who fired the first shot? Because he comes along at some point, because you're seeing, I'm sure the space was like evolving before he even came along. You're starting to see more and more people that are doing some of the things that you're doing and experiencing success and everything.
Yeah, so he fired the first shot based off of a tweet, a vague tweet, and it was so long ago, and I don't have Twitter anymore, but it was something to the effect of, it was about like white MAGA rappers. It was, I can't remember what it went.
But I think it was around the time he put out that White Boy song.
Yeah. So it was that. It was like a critique of that or something like that. Or it might have even been about another rapper. I can't remember, but it was something like that, where it started based off of a tweet that didn't say his name, and then he fired the first shot. So he did a diss track. I did one back, and then he did another one. And at the time, my father was in the hospital. And I knew I didn't have the energy for it. I was like, I don't think that Tom McDonald is a good rapper. I don't respect him as an artist. I think he's like, dude, like, I'm calling him corny, like me of all people calling him corny. And he's not of the culture. He doesn't understand the culture. He didn't come up in the culture. And I'm like, I'm good on this. And it was the first time I
can agree to that. I can agree to that. I don't think Tom is of the culture. And when I say culture, I mean hip hop. I don't think he comes from hip hop. I don't think, like, if you was in ask him a bunch of like things throughout hip hop, like as far as history, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know. Or he couldn't tell you deep, intricate details about even his favorite rappers besides Eminem.
I've ever given somebody a pass before, but I was like, I'm good on this. And then a few years went by, and then recently he came out with a song where he says something to the effect of him ending my career and causing a divorce in my life and all these things that are all cap. And I was, my dad is in a much better place now, and I had much more energy in me. And I was like, oh, word, that's what we're doing. And for the record, him and I talked multiple times and squashed it.
That's what you said in the diss track.
Disgusting. If that's true, Tom is a nasty, nasty man. He's a lying ass bastard. That's what he does.
And it showed all these like Instagram comments in one of his songs of you guys kind of like squashing it at a certain point, right?
I can show you like screenshots of DMs where it's like, hey man, good luck on your tour. Like, congrats on the new album. He said, hey, I hope if we're in the same city one day, you and I can get together and shake hands. Like, we squashed it. We put it behind us.
How did y'all squash it?
We just messaged, and it was like, look, man, like I sent him a message because I was like, I'm not going back and forth with this dude. I think he's corny. I don't want to do this, whatever. And was dealing with shit in my personal life. I'm like, I know what I can do. I don't need this mother. I don't need to prove it to this mother or his fans. So I messaged him. I reached out to him and I was like, hey man, I just wanted to say, like, no bad blood, all good. Like, don't trip. Like, I came up battling. It's all good. We're fine. Don't even. And he wrote back and he was really nice. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, we followed each other. We messaged, and he was like, hopefully one day if we're in the same city, we can shake hands. We can talk. I was like, only under the condition that I can buy you a beer. Like, it was jovial. We were like super friendly, all this stuff.
And so then what did he say about you more recently?
So years go by and we've liked each other's posts, folled. He eventually
this is 5 years ago was your initial.
Yeah, because he had multiple diss tracks about you at that time.
A couple. And then he subbed me in a couple songs. Like, people have sent me some songs where he didn't say my name, but he like would reference me and then like not say my name, and people would send it. And I'm still just like, I'm good. Like, I don't care about this dude. Like, I don't care how big.
No, that's facts. He would definitely do that. That's Tom McDonald's whole swag right there, for sure.
His fans aren't hip hop fans. They're not the people that I care about. And I'm like, so over the years, even though we've talked, followed each other, liked each other's posts, messaged each other, super friendly to each other, he would sub me a couple times. But then recently he said some slick shit on a new song that he has it's called God Mode. And he says
I feel like he's saying this giant over and over again. But yeah, he definitely did. I think he sent some subs at me too. He sent some subs at me. Up church, you. Yeah, he was real subliminal. Go and check out my reactions to that. Oh, wait, you can't, because this nigga copyrighted my video to oblivion.
That he ended my career, caused a divorce in my life.
Is that the terrible video where he's like wearing all like the Gucci?
Bro,
like,
he's
trying to like
he wears,
be cool. Like
he's dude. Oh my god, the braids and the like Marilyn Manson contacts. He looks, and then the Gucci, and he's like, he raps about like he's like here
for
like
the Juggalo parody,
bro.
Like literally,
Juggalos are like more authentic,
way more authentic.
Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
it's like
way more.
He's rapping for like the working man and like the hard working farm dude out in rural America in Gucci, like top to bottom
Well, him also.
You don't listen to Kid Rock doing that. Right?
No, right?
Yeah.
But it's all the tropes that he pretty much rallied against for the entirety of his career. Like all these like black rappers from the hood saying the N-word and talking about killing people and selling drugs. Well, this is how real hip hop is supposed to be. Yeah. And then he literally is like rapping about money and flossing.
That's what he did. He flosses on all like he trashes all these stereotypes of hip hop, and then he has a grill in his mouth.
And does he? Yes, 100%. He trashes stereotypes, and then he became the stereotype, 100%, and then pushes stereotype.
And braids and Balenciaga, and talks about how much money I got $30 million, and I'm like, so, hang on a minute, like
I was his first interview when he moved to LA back in 2015 when I worked for Alki.
Holy shit.
On film on TV, and
people be trying to play Lush like he don't have credentials. Lush might have the most credentials at No Jumper right now. Adam 22 would like to say it's himself. Nah, it's probably Lush. Lush is probably the hip hop authority up there. He's been into journalism as well as hosting battles for years. I remember watching battles with Lush standing in the middle, refereeing the rap battles and all that.
He was, this is like prior to the whole MAGA arc. So he was just kind of just like.
That's what I heard. I heard that he used to be a different rapper. I get a lot of messages from him.
He had like it was almost like a Yellow Wolfish.
Yeah, my early memories of him were just him. His thing has always kind of been like white grievance stuff. Like just talking about how it's kind of shitty being a white guy.
Before that though, like around the time I interviewed him and he spit a freestyle on.
Yo, this is funny. Yo, this is hilarious. A group of white people sitting in a room saying how fake time is. Yeah, he just crying about being white is hilarious to me. That is funny as hell. That's funny as hell. You can't say they being racist towards him. Because in case you didn't know, if I give Tom McDonald any kind of criticism, his fans start berating, like just going crazy on my page and saying that I'm a racist. I wasn't racist when I was like enjoying his music and reacting to his videos and saying I liked it. But once I woke up, I was like, wait a minute, this is suspect. Now I'm racist because I said I don't like his music. It's pretty crazy.
There and all that. He was dope, but it was kind of just like he was trying the whole I'm like a redneck white trash rapper. Yeah. Like I'm going fishing and grandma's cooking up the hog.
Well, he kind of had the same.
You said Tom McDonald going to copyright this video? Probably 100%.
Transformation that you had to a certain extent where he kind of realized like the core of hip hop is not really going to give a fuck about me. So I'm going to have to speak to my own people to an extent.
Yes. But he went way.
Well, I think he figured out what worked for him for sure. Yeah.
That he did. I get a lot of messages from his old fans. So people that are like, I used to be a fan of his before he took the MAGA arc. Yeah. Every day. Like
I never messaged him, but I
messages of people that used to fuck with his old stuff. I haven't heard his old stuff.
It wasn't bad. Like I'm not going to lie. Like I was like, okay, like I wasn't really quite sure where it was going to fit into the landscape. And like, he wasn't cracking 2,000 views at the time. Him and his girlfriend were grouped together. They were called like BFGF or some shit.
The same girl he's still with now?
The same girl he's still with now. You That's feel crazy. Me? Like,
who I don't have a very high opinion of because I was just listening to you talk shit about her. I don't know anything about her.
I think I remember when I was doing research, bumping into something like that. Yeah.
No clue.
Well, I'll tell you this. At the time, she was way more popping than him. Oh, like shit. She had she probably had like 80,000, 100,000 followers, and he had like 5,000.
Wow.
Like at the time.
Wow, that's crazy. And then he surpassed her. Yeah. It's wild. Yeah. So
that's a real one holding her down though.
He surpassed her. Yeah, that was shady.
Yeah. He had to.
So he said some slick shit recently in a song, and I was like, all right, man, like we're gonna reopen this. I don't care that it's been however many years it's been. It's like I've always known in the back of my mind, I'm like, bro, if I really wanted to do this with you, you're not gonna be able to withstand what I can bring to you. And so
you spazzed.
Thank you. I think so too. And I got more. Like that's the thing. And I don't know if he'll respond. He probably can't. He's kind of in a lose-lose, which I get. I understand.
Which I got that from listening to some of his other recent music is that he very much feels like he can't really like do battle with people because his fan base is so big at this point that it's like he's shining too much light on people. If he
don't call people out, motherfucker.
But to me, that's what.
But then when you were up and coming, you weren't concerned about people going down to battle you.
What offended me the most is him saying that I'm the reason. Like, I don't know if he said I'm the reason, but saying like, oh, I can't battle anymore because I destroyed someone's career and all this stuff. And it's like, hold on. Like, I still sell out shows. I still go on tour. I still do everything I was doing before. And so you're dissing me.
He sure enough did say that, though. He did say that, yes. He's pretty much saying that he ended your career.
As a way to say that you can't diss people anymore. So it's like it's this weird, like multi-dimensional thing where he's like, I don't want to battle anymore. I can't diss anybody, but also taking a shot under it.
Yes.
So I was like,
alluding to being the like a divorce. Like,
yeah, man. Insane. And like talking shit about somebody's family and like all this stuff. And it's like, hold on, bro. Like, let's get this straight. It was very, on my part, unfortunate timing, personal shit going on, but I didn't feel threatened by him. I'm
telling you, a lot of like rap battles throughout history, where it comes out that someone lost, you'll find out that this is the situation. They didn't take it serious. They had some personal stuff going on. When 50 Cent, and mind you, I'm a 50 Cent fan, when he destroyed Ja Rule, Murder Inc., a lot of people don't know that they had like an indictment, which means they weren't allowed to even put out music. They couldn't even respond. Well, 50 Cent was just dropping 1,000 diss songs. They couldn't even say one thing. They had a whole court case. So timing really did help out with that. That is the case with a lot of these rap battles.
I didn't look at him as a rapper where I'm like, it's not like Benny the Butcher dissed me and I'm like, yeah, I gotta figure out how to respond to this. What do I do here? It's Tom McDonald. Like, I'm like, of all people, I've battled Immaculate Legends before. And this dude, it's like, I'm fine. Like I'm going to be just fine. So I let it slide. And then I thought we were cool. And I'm like, all right, like it's good, whatever. His fans are his fans. They're rabid. They're awful, but I'm fine with it. They're gonna DM me talking shit, and every single one of them has 3 teeth and like can't properly formulate sentences. And they like, I'm fine with all that.
Mad there's no Confederate flag emoji. Like,
that's crazy. I think they're definitely misinterpreting what Tom McDonald fans are like, but okay, I get what they're doing. But still, that's not what his fans are like at all. But I get you.
Wait, okay. So give me your honest, real opinion, because as I was going through and listening to like 4 or 5 recent Tom McDonald songs, I will say that there are many, many aesthetic decisions about his content and even like his marketing, like the way he promotes his merch, etc., that I find deeply cringe. But he does seem like he's rapping very well. He seems like a very good rapper from my perspective.
Oh yeah, he could rap. Right? I never would take that away from him. He could rap his ass off. But it's a grift. Everything else is a grift, bro.
Now, you guys are also elite rappers like him, I guess. So, like, you guys, give me your opinion. Do you think he's very, very talented?
I think that he's good at sounding like his influences, which is Eminem. And I don't know if there's other rappers that he even listens to, because to me he just sounds like a like diet version of Eminem, mixing his content with like Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson talking points.
Well, in some cases, literally. Fuck. Yo, that has to be one of the most cringe songs in hip hop history. Dude. The song with Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
oh my god, dude! Like,
not Benny the Butcher, Benny Shapiro.
Man, they're like, dude, like his
Benny the loser, Benny the hypocrite, Benny the person that attacks Christians.
His merch, like it's everything from like, if you look at just the graphic designs of his merch and just the contacts and the braids, it's so cringy. It's so cheesy. It's like he's unaware of how corny it is. Like putting Ben Shapiro on a song. the idea for him is like, ooh, this will be edgy and this will offend everybody. And my thing is like, nobody.
He called me for like a day. I was like, wait, this is crazy. And then after like a day later, I was like, wait a minute. When the hell Ben Shapiro ever been about facts? Never. It's a dumbass song. Just marketing off of what's called rage baiting.
He is offended by you. You're not controversial. We're not hearing this like, oh my God, he's destroying people that lean left and destroying the system. It's no, you're just corny. It's just really, really, really corny. And as a rapper, technically he's not terrible. I don't think he's a bad rapper.
He's definitely proficient.
He understands. He understands like multi-syllables and how to record. I think his beats are really generic. I think that his subject matter is just he's just a lot of things that are very cringy. And do I respect his skill as a rapper? Yeah, sure. But everything else is where I'm like, man, like, please, God, stop making music. Like,
he's like if the racist white character in the Joyner Lucas "I'm Not a Racist" video was an actual artist.
But then also
that would be Tom McDonald.
But then also like the auto tune that he like uses it in a way that isn't pleasing to the ear. It's like it just sounds bad, and
but it does resonate with a lot of people for whatever reason.
For sure.
And I don't know if it's just
not because of the music. It's the stuff that he's saying in the music aligns with the things that they crowd about on Twitter. I'm saying it'll catch you. He'll catch you slipping.
There's a certain like combination of.
I think it's probably people that don't have a lot of exposure to rap music that like the way that rap music sounds, but there may be, and I don't want to like
have nothing that they can connect to, and then they find a song that's about something they could connect to because they're into politics but not really into rap, and then they fall into it. That's a lot of his fans. Not all of them. Some of them definitely do know about hip-hop, right? But there are fans that they are looking for an intro to rap. It's like the effect on that Ronda Rousey had on MMA. A lot of females is like, oh, we got a woman fighter. They start going to the bars now. It's packed. You try to go get a seat. Everybody in there, they coming to see Ronda. It's like, y'all never even watched MMA before this. That's what a lot of the Tom McDonald fans is like. They are extremely political. They don't really like rap like that. But now that they see a rapper that's saying the political stuff, they fall into line, right? And once again, that's not all. That's not all. But he has a huge portion of those kind of things.
This is not an indictment on them, but if I had to guess, it's people that grew up listening to, like country music and rock music, and they would hear rap and be like, they're just talking about things that I don't resonate with politically from a societal standpoint. And then this dude comes along making what somewhat sounds like, it sounds like rap music, but then he's talking about all of the things that they align with politically. So it gives them the opportunity to connect with a rapper. And
old school Rage and Machine type shit.
And
because
that Rage Against the Machine.
I said that I thought that the new Eminem single was like one of the worst rap songs I've ever heard in my entire life. But the fact that it is so unbelievably successful, it's his most popular song in like 10 plus years.
Wow.
That makes complete.
This is most successful because it's paying homage to his best work, which was like Slim Shady and Marshall Mathers LP and things of that nature, right? And that's what I kept saying when I heard the new Eminem song. I don't think it's the greatest song ever, but it sounds like a spoof of Eminem. It sounds like he's making fun of the old version of him and the fact that he's old doing the old music. That's what it sounds like.
Complete sense to me when you think about the Tom McDonald thing, because I feel like he's hitting on very similar impulses.
The general consensus of that Eminem track is that it's awful.
Right.
If you go,
so he's not the birth father of political. Hell no, he not. Hell no, he. I don't know why he keeps saying that. No, he not. Like Public Enemy never existed. Like there's a whole list of people that did political rap way before Tommy.
Beyond his overwhelmingly huge echo chamber of a fan base.
But you could try to please the critics, or you could try to please the people. And Tom McDonald has clearly made his choice in that sense. It's weird because it's like there are some lyrical themes that he hits on that I think deserve to be examined a little bit more, such as like white people who have this sort of like self-hating thing.
Yeah, sure.
Like I find it interesting that he talks about those things. It's just like the presentation. He has a song called Race War that I was just listening to with Adam Calhoun.
Yeah, see, like you doing songs with guys like that.
I mean, just like I gave it a shot.
Throwing Adam Calhoun in the mix is hilarious. But yeah, that's what they do.
It's just like, to me, it's very, very cringe. I do think he's clearly like hitting a nerve. He's doing something that's like very important to a lot of people. And I definitely think it needs to be examined, even though myself, I don't really care for it.
Yeah, no, same. And I can definitely see why it works. Like it's not, I'm not like dumbfounded that it's successful. It's obviously successful.
Hurt like a mother for my bad, guys. I'm verbally speaking out my pain. My gaming chair broke. So I've been using this damn old school chair. I still got a cushion though. I'm good. Somebody that I care about got me a cushion that it actually feels a lot better. But my back still now, like.
Well, for a reason, as you said, it hits that nerve. And there's a demographic of people that I just don't think have a lot of exposure to rap music that hear that. And they're like, oh, shit, there's a rapper I get to listen to. And he agrees with all the things that I believe.
What are the chances you think that this dude, because I don't know if you caught it, Max said he's down to put up 50 bands, take the battle, the king of the dot. You know what I'm saying?
He said, you said that. Down for that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that that's going to, I mean,
he doesn't.
50 bands? He ain't doing that. That nigga ain't doing that. If you put a billion bands up, nigga, he don't want to get embarrassed like that. Battle rapping? You think Tom McDonald's gonna battle rap in front of a crowd? Freestyle? No. Impossible.
He has nothing to gain from that, right?
Probably not. Probably nothing to gain unless he wanted to raise money for charity and he really wanted to stand on business when it came to like proving if he was a worthy competitor with me. I also think that he knows that he can't function in the battle rap environment. That's like not a.
I said the Up North fans. No, Tommy. No, they don't. Nigga, that nigga, his fan base is on the internet. Nigga, his fan base is mostly bots. Nobody where I'm from knows this nigga. Like, I gotta call a spade a spade. They know Upchurch. They don't know this nigga. I'm from up north. They don't know him. Although, what part of north you talking about? Well, I'm from like north. They don't know him over here. Maybe west, maybe. I don't know. Maybe north is in Canada. But I don't think he's known in the south or the north.
A thing he came up doing. And that's a difficult place. I mean, you've seen people fall apart. Yeah. If shit starts going sideways in a battle and you start feeling you start getting sweaty and feeling the heat of everybody going like, oh, this guy's you
have to have an unbelievably strong sense of self.
Yes, very much so. And
you have a whole room full of people turning on you in real time, and you have to kind of like maintain who you feel like you are in your head.
And there's a mentality to it that I'm not saying that battle rappers are the same, but there is a like almost like being in a sports game or something that you have to have composure in a way where if stuff turns sideways and goes bad, you have to.
I'm used to battle rap, especially when I was younger. For sure. Everything he's describing is exactly the same, right? I know this because I used to do MMA as well, and it's the same feeling. Being locked in, zone, crowd, like you might start breathing different when you got a whole crowd of people watching you. Trust me.
Be able to figure out a way to turn the momentum back. And there's a lot of people that struggle with that. And if you've never done it before, that is a nightmare for you. So if he gets out and battles me, and we're in Canada, which is where he's from, and this is where I offered to battle him. He strangely has a huge interest in American culture, even though he's from Canada, which is another thing. But I wanted to battle him in Canada. I was like, let's battle him. We'll do it anywhere in Canada. We'll do it where you're from. We'll go to your hometown and we'll battle there. And I still know, and I think he knows, that if we battled in that type of environment,
I think he's somehow Canada Dot, which is a battle league that might be in Canada. I think Drake used to go to that joint and be watching people. I don't think he ever went to battle, but Drake used to go and like be in the crowd or judge, right? A lot of famous rappers be going in the crowd and judging battle rap.
That once they hear once he hears everybody cheer for me and I say some shit and everybody starts cheering, and he's going to have to respond to that, and he's not built for that. And maybe he is. Maybe he wants to do it. I doubt it.
You alluded to having heard a demo of some sort that he sent to Eminem in Aftermath that he was trying to get.
No. Yeah. So it wasn't. Basically, what happened was
this shit is so corny. Dude.
Eminem put a beat. He basically released a.
They ripping this nigga Tommy down to shreds. Yeah, he spent like, what was it, hundreds of dollars on an Eminem beat, which is dumb as hell. I wouldn't have done that, but that was marketing, and it worked, right? I think the song he came out with did pretty well, right? Because the traction from people saying how stupid he was for paying that much for a beat. A lot of people went to go hear what it sounded like, which brought a lot of attention to the video.
Beat or whatever, like for sale. And Tom McDonald spent, was it 100 bands?
100 bands.
Yeah, 100 bands on the beat. It was like, it wasn't an NFT, but it was that.
It was presented as like, it was when NFTs were hot.
Okay. Yeah.
So Eminem comes out with this beat, and he's like, if you want to rap to an Eminem beat, spend $100,000 and Eminem will have produced one of your tracks, and it'll be produced by Eminem. You can do whatever. And it was sold as an NFT. And Tom McDonald bought the beat for $100,000 and made a song called like I Love.
Stupid. I like Eminem. I would never buy an Eminem beat for $100,000. People in the industry ain't buying Eminem beats for $100,000. You think 50 Cent paid $100,000 for an Eminem beat? Nigga, is you crazy? What did it come with? Did you get to live with Eminem for a year, nigga, with free access to his fridge? What did that come with? Autographs as well. That sounds crazy.
What is it called?
He basically proceeded to suck his dick.
He made a song.
Wax.
So you know the song, you know the song Stan that Eminem made? Yeah. So he is like Stan in the song.
Yeah.
So, and it's like a song where he's like, I love you so much, Eminem. You're so amazing. And but it's like from the perspective of Tom McDonald being a diehard Eminem fan.
You made it okay for me to be white.
This sounds extremely cringe.
It was painfully cringe. Like it's
but like, his fans made it up.
Really?
He probably made it.
So he made the money. He put this out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like with a video. Like there's a video of him like rapping like, "Dear Eminem, I love you so much." And
it was corny as hell. But I'm telling you, the marketing, it worked. That's one thing I can say about this thing. It's annoying, but his marketing works, right? When it comes to getting attention, it might not be positive attention, but it's attention nonetheless. He's like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
And it's to a beat that Eminem sold to whoever wanted to buy it. So it's not like Eminem produced the track. Eminem put out the beat, NFT. Tom McDonald bought it for 100 bands and then made a song about Eminem saying, I love you so much.
And so do you know of what Eminem's reaction to this was?
I do.
Who's the mole?
I can't. I can't. Yeah. Off camera.
Okay.
Yeah. Off camera.
Didn't you say on a song you talked to D12? You say you went on tour with D12 and they said it. What are you talking about?
Listen to the diss track. He alludes to it.
But how would you summarize Eminem's reaction
Just
to it?
like immediately stop, please. Like it was basically like uncomfortable. I don't want to hear it.
I'm uncomfortable even just hearing it. Like if you were to start like heaping praise on me for a couple of minutes, I would feel deeply uncomfortable. Now doing it to song.
Like pay $100,000 for my beat, I'm gonna be like this. Like, yo, BX, you the greatest. BX, you. I'm gonna be like, yeah. Making it rain in the studio with that 100,000 as you tell me how amazing I am on that song. Then again, I just like hearing compliments though. So
yeah, that sounds way worse.
That you made where like not only that, but you're getting paid 100 bands for it, and he comes out with it. Like, can you imagine?
You could have done anything.
You could have done anything. You could have made a song about anything and said produced by Eminem. Fire. You got an Eminem track. Instead, he makes it about Eminem and talks about how much he loves Eminem.
How like
I wouldn't have done it, but it worked. where that cringe ass shit got him views.
I'm basically your reincarnation.
It's so painfully fucking corny to listen to. It's like, wow. Could you imagine ever doing that with anybody? No.
If you meet somebody that you really look up to, you need to like play it cool.
Yeah, play it cool.
You know, if you're gonna
Adam 22 need to do a thank you song to Carson Daly. Tell him how much he set the path for you.
Express to them that you're a massive lifelong fan and you spent thousands of hours of your life listening to them. You got to still get it across in a way that like allows them to respect you.
Like, 100%. Hey, I fuck with you heavy, bro. Like I've been slapping your shit.
Because we all.
I mean, one of my favorite songs from Kanye West is a song called Big Brother. I love that song. But he kind of plays himself in a lot of ways, especially due to the fact that Jay-Z never really responded. He was just like, oh, that's how he felt? That's crazy. Jay-Z don't never respond to any criticism.
Love our fans, the people that we put into the fan category, but we also all know what it's like to have somebody glaze you.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah. And it's like, you love it, you respect it so much, but you also like understand what that is. Yes. That like, you know, you're very special to them and you appreciate it, you respect it, but that's not how you approach somebody that you want to be peers with.
Absolutely not. No, it's painful, and it would
compliment me as much as you like.
Make anybody uncomfortable, and same reaction.
Because I talk shit about Tom McDonald, I think, on YouTube in like 2016, 2017. And then like a couple of years ago, I hit him up on Instagram thinking like, this would be great. Like, got to do an interview. There's so much good shit that we could talk about. This would be.
He probably did he block you?
He didn't block me, but he just like didn't respond, which I was kind of surprised because I was like, this seems like a good opportunity.
Man, I was gonna ambush this fool like because we still followed each other when like the controversy after he dropped that song came out and was first going viral. And I was like, yo, like I had a radio show at the time. I was like, come by the show. I'd love to interview you, bro. I want you to tell your side.
We're gonna Charlemagne him.
Oh yeah, I was about to line this fool up.
Oh my God.
If you guys don't know the reference, Charlemagne, I ain't gonna say his full name, he's a radio host who likes to blindside people. If you say, don't ask me about this, he's gonna wait till you get on the show and he's gonna ask you about it in front of everybody. And act as if he did nothing wrong.
It was about to be all biz ad, but like, yeah, he wound up. At first, he was like, yeah, bro, but then I just couldn't. I think eventually he started like not responding. I was like, yeah, this fool. And so
I wonder if he even really like wants to do like hip hop stuff like that. Like, I don't think he wants to go on the Breakfast Club.
He doesn't do really too much media. Period.
Yeah, no, I think from what I understand, not only does he not do media, he doesn't.
Incorrect. He does media, conservative media. He's done Fox. What's up? I think he's been on Ben Shapiro for a little bit.
Do performances anymore either. I don't think he leaves the house.
Really?
I don't think so, man. I think from what I understand from the people I've spoken to, and I haven't said everything that I can say. I have some shit.
Because your video ends to be continued.
And the to be continued, it gets way worse for him. And so like I have, like, I'm not going to say anything, but it's like that was just the appetizer for what I have. Because I know a lot of people that know him, that have turned on him, that have worked with him, whatever it is, however you want to cut it. And as far as I know, I will say this, he doesn't leave the house, scared of his fans, doesn't want it. He doesn't do shows anymore simply because he wants to avoid interacting with people. So it's why you don't see media like that. He just makes his money off of his fans and
he doesn't want to be in an environment where he can be questioned and have to like, you know what I mean?
Right. Because I mean,
because somebody will check him if he is outside, for sure.
Once you have a loyal fan base and they are eating your shit up and you're making a lot of money, you do sort of start to realize like, oh, any new uncontrolled environment that I put myself into is a potential bad thing. Like, I think that's why you haven't seen Drake do almost any interviews throughout his career, is that he realizes that they can very easily hurt him and that they, for the most part, are not going to help him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I know I'm never going to do an interview ever again in my life. I know that. I'm tired of the fake shit. Just people using me for monetary value, coming in and asking me a bunch of bullshit to try to get a reaction just to get clicks and views, right? Nigga, when people interview me, that shit do numbers because I'm hated, right? Or I just say I'm polarizing, right? There's a lot of people that hate me, and there's people that respect me because I'm honest, right? But I'm done with the whole interview thing. I just want to build what I got going on over here, right? My platform, and just keep on going hard with that.
Yeah,
and especially now where there's so many different questions you could ask him.
And now is a real. He has so many reasons not to now. Yeah.
Imagine Tom McDonald sitting down with Poetic Flacco.
Yeah, exactly.
Or of course he wouldn't go on the Breakfast Club because Charlamagne's immediately going to put him on the grill.
Yeah. He's donkey of the day.
He has no reason not to be as harsh as possible. Whatever he did to Post Malone is going to look like
no. God, dude. Yeah, and roast him would be awful.
But you think that there's got to be some like friendly platforms that he
Post Malone is like Malcolm X compared to Tom McDonald.
Because I would give Tom McDonald a very, very fair interview. I'm definitely not going to use it as an opportunity to just shit on him or whatever. You know?
Yeah, and that's a responsibility and ethics as an.
If Tom McDonald go on your platform and his supporters will cancel the fuck out of him, right? They would cancel this nigga or just off of, Adam is evil. You messing with the evil.
Interviewer for sure. I mean, he deserves the right to speak his mind and say the things that he wants to say, and it is what it is. Like for me as a person, I just think that if you're going to be a part of this culture, you have to have some sort of root in it. In my opinion, to me, he has always come off as somebody that didn't start rapping until like the.
I understand what he's saying. When he's saying root, like shit, you just being a fan of hip hop is enough of a root. If you're a heavy fan of it.
Second Eminem album and didn't grow up around anybody that understood rap music or hip hop. And that's why he's so cringy. And that's why he makes the creative decisions that he makes, is because he's not of the culture. And it's not a white thing. It's not like, I think he should feel bad for being a white rapper. But you at least have to understand in hip hop and in rap culture why it started, who started it, and what your role can be. And there has to be some sort, in my opinion, some sort of,
or at least where it started. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead, let me hear it in the comment section. Where did rap start? Go ahead.
Respect for the roots of this. I'm not saying we all need to be backpack rappers and shit like that. We don't. In fact, I listen to a lot of more of the rap I listen to anymore would be people that would be guests on this show. That's just the shit that I like. I still think that everybody should at least have a level of respect for the culture, whatever that means. Would you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I think that so much time has gone by. Like, I think that it's never a negative thing for an artist, you know, like it's always going to add, even if you choose to not go in that direction, there could be like a little influence, a little nuance that you take from it. Yeah. I feel like it is important to carry on the history.
You should know your history. Yeah. It just makes sense. Like being a boxer and not knowing about past boxers and other styles, and that's just stupid. Like all the greats know their history. They study that shit.
You know, like it's difficult to tell that to a 17-year-old kid,
right? You
know, fresh off the block. But you know,
but if you're fresh off the block, you're from the place that it started anyway. Right. So you're by.
I'm about to say, I could have debated you under the table about hip hop when I was like 12.
Default rooted in hip hop.
If you're a Tom McDonald type dude who grew up in rural BC and came up as a wrestler,
exactly.
Like, that fools are. And the thing is this: there's other fools from British Columbia. That's, you know, you got Swollen Members, you got Mocha Only, you got Snack the Ripper. I think Mercules might be from there too.
Shout out to Mercules.
Shout out Mercules.
Shout out Mercules.
I would have a Fire Mercules interview under my belt if he didn't have a herpes outbreak.
Is that what happened?
Many years ago, he had to cancel an interview, and that was the excuse he gave, which never got rescheduled. I don't know if this has been like a 6-year herpes outbreak.
I don't know if that's true or not. Adam got a habit of just saying some craziness sometimes in order to get the person to get a reaction so they could possibly come on and do an interview with him.
Now that my boy's on death row, I know he's going to be hitting the West Coast at some point soon.
Wait, is he really?
He's on death row.
He's on death row.
He's official. Like he's in like the pictures.
Did he get chained? Like
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think he did.
He's on tour with Snoop right now.
He's on tour with Snoop right now. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Shout out to Merc.
Shout out to Merc.
Yeah, great guy, by the way.
I'm just saying, there's an incredible human. Yeah. And like, I would love to have him on here. You feel me? Chop it up with Merc.
I've been hearing rumors that he was somehow connected to that Rick Ross ass whooping. As a word in the streets is that, not saying that he told anybody, is that some of the people that whipped Rick Ross' ass and knocked out his security are cool with Murkies. That's what they're saying in these streets. That they're cool with him, like they're part of his camp or people.
The thing is, there's a lot of dope rappers from out there where in the same general region that Tom is from. So it's like, and these dudes all did their homework on the culture.
Yeah.
And like lifelong. But it's beyond that. Like you said, Adam, if I were to sit down with Tom at this point, I would be able to have a fair, dope conversation with him. But like, there would have to be some real talk. And I would love to hear what he has to say about all this shit.
Yeah. I think so too. Yeah. I would be able to do that, but there would have to be real talk. And then that's what it is. And it's just like
you said you'd beat his ass too.
Not because with Death Row, I know Death Row, either they gave it or Snoop Dogg bought it. But Snoop Dogg owns Death Row Records now, if I'm not mistaken. A few years back, he ended up getting the rights to it, which is crazy. Crazy as hell. But I know he was going around trying to sign people.
I mean, if in a sanctioned fight, like that's like, I'm not going to walk up and
the jiu-jitsu guy, right?
Yeah, I'm a brown belt.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick. You still train all the time?
Yeah. I've trained for 14 years, so it's
sick.
Yeah.
That's funny how that completely like changes how I feel about somebody's like energy.
I hate that. I gotta stop doing that because I be sandbagging too. But 14 years for a brown belt is nuts. I mean, like you train once a month, right? Like I remember somebody I knew, they got their black belt in like 10 years, and that was a long time. If you're going hard, I'm talking about you're training at least 3 or 4 times a week, you could get a black belt probably like 4 years if you're taking it seriously. My problem is that I used to always switch gyms a lot, right? I trained for some years, but I switched gyms so crazy that I could never really up my rank too heavy. But I would go to tournaments and just be busting ass. I've showed you guys videos of me breaking somebody's arm at a tournament. So,
okay. You're a silent killer.
Yeah, something like that, man.
Yeah. Imagine if we got all the drill rappers to just start rolling. Choking each other out.
That would be, it'd be great for the music and for them.
I don't feel like they would respect the tap.
Yeah.
They'd sit there and just
fight. I get a lot of full arm bars, just like really crank that shit back.
That'd be great. Man.
Oh man. So okay, like you
imagine the dances the Bronx drill rappers
in their geese. Yeah. Oh man. There's something there.
Yeah, there is something.
A bunch of dudes wearing geese on the street corner doing drill rap.
Funny, man.
I'm kind of with it.
Yeah. I'm kind of with it too.
But okay, that
I've definitely walked around with a gi on in the Bronx. That's facts. That's facts. Do I still got my gi in the closet? I probably still got my joint. I ain't wearing it in a while.
That's the first video you posted on your channel in like over 2 years, right?
Yeah, like a year, I think. So the Kansas City Royals baseball team, they paid me great money to do a video.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't give a damn about that. Check out the full interview, guys. Go show No Jumper some love if you want to, just to hear the full interview, see what it sounded like, what else he was talking about. But damn, he was actually cooking for a while. Fam. It seems like Tom McDonald was moving on some sucker-ish and Mac Lethal had enough. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section, fam. It's crazy as hell.